Jeff Ondash, and we're having a little bit of business as usual at one of the most unique and greatest assets that we have here in the Mahoning Valley, and that's the Youngstown Playhouse. They are celebrating this year their 100th anniversary. I'm here with Rick Blackson and Mr. Jackie Ballantyne. Jack's been here forever. I don't want to say forever, but yeah. This 100th anniversary, how many of those have you seen?
Well, actually, I'm one of the few people to see both the 50th and the 100th.
Good for you. He's the archivist here, so when you're looking at all the old pictures and the stories, and we're going to get into some really unique things that he's done in a few minutes here, but this is a great guy. So is Rick. I'm sure you've seen Rick and his lovely wife, Mary Jo Maluso, now Blackson, but you guys are everywhere with your little two-person, you're all over the place, aren't you?
Piano and vocals, and yeah, we still do a lot of after-dinner entertainment for parties and make the rounds around the area here. Yeah.
Can I ask how long it's been?
Well, we started working together in 1990. We got married in 2001.
Oh, that's all? I thought it was longer than that. That's because your wife and I both went to the greatest high school, Cheney High School. But that's right. It's okay. It doesn't matter where you went. We still like you. All right, let's talk about this. We have the 100th anniversary of the Youngstown Playhouse. Now, many of you didn't know, but the Youngstown Playhouse is one of probably in the top 5, it being the oldest locally community theater type places in the whole United States. That's how valuable this asset is to us. And we need to make sure that this here Playhouse is going to be here for the 200th anniversary too. It just means that much to us. Arts and entertainment, it's something that should be in everybody's background. So let's get with it here. Okay, so Rick, you're going to tell us about the 100th anniversary, but let's start off with a little bit about the history of the Playhouse. Go backwards up to the 100th anniversary. Succinctly, you have 38 seconds, Jack.
38 seconds, okay. Well, they started in 1924, and their original building was up on Lincoln Avenue, about where Moser Hall is now on the YSU campus. And it was an old horse barn. And they outgrew that place. They moved over to Market Street next to, well, at the intersection of Cleveland Avenue and Market. And they lasted there for a while and grew out of that place. And they built this place in 1959. So this was built specifically for the Youngstown Players, which is what they were known as then. And history is, I mean, they've made most of their history right here.
Some famous people, though, in the last 100 years have come through this Playhouse.
Yeah, Joe Flynn, the old McHale's Navy show. McHale's Navy, Ed O'Neill, Biff Hartman, who was in A Patch of Blue. Oh, man, the list goes on and on. Mike Moritz, currently, who's a producer on Broadway. Joey Monda, producer on Broadway, came from here. Oh, that's right, and Billy Saluga. If you remember that old thing, You Can Call Me Ray.
He used to be on, what was it, Flip Wilson or Laugh-In? Which one? Or both of them, maybe.
Oh, he made the rounds. He was in a lot of shows. Yeah, Johnny Carson.
He got a lot out of that bit. He sure did.
He started here. Actually, he started on Market Street, did a few shows here, and then he went to New York. Wow. So I mean, the list is really endless. And not only actors, technical people, costume people, sound people. I mean, musicians. A lot of people came out of here, and people don't realize that.
Well, they're going to now. If they're watching this, they're going to know that now. It is one of the greatest gems that we have here in the Mahoning Valley. And there's plays that are happening all year long here, and we're going to get into that in a little bit. But there's a really great performance coming up to celebrate the 100th anniversary. So anything to add about the history, Jack?
Well, basically, if you want to get into the real history and the complete history, I put together a book. It's called A Place Where the Stars Still Shine. And it takes you, you just happen to have one. Yes, you happen to find one of those.
This is copy number 1, and it's autographed.
Tells you everything you would ever want to know about the Youngstown Playhouse.
Everything that I would ever want to know. So this is it. Now, this is not ready for publication yet, or it is?
It's been out since last August.
So how could people get a copy of this? Because, well, wait a second. There's another one, too. There's the Youngstown Scrapbook.
I did this one because I wanted to get more pictures, and I couldn't get as many pictures in the first book as I wanted to, so I did the scrapbook just as kind of a companion book to get more pictures. It's like a 100-year history in pictures.
So how could people get these books? Because these are, when you go through the scrapbook and you see some of the people that are in this, you're going to know some of them. And the history of it is absolutely amazing. This is a lot. It took him 9 hours to put this together, right?
Depends how you count hours.
That's right. Those are like, let's say, Pluto hours, probably.
Yeah, exactly. You can get it here at the Playhouse during performances. during our last show of the season, Almost Maine. You can get it in the lobby, and during the centennial, the 100th Gala, you can get it in the lobby. You can also get it on the Centennial Project website at www.centennialproject.org. Go to the store on that site, and you can get them there.
All righty. And we're going to get into now the 100th anniversary performance, Rick, because you're really involved with that with Mary Jo. So, Jack, but there's something else we want to talk about before we get on with that. You put together a documentary on the Youngstown Playhouse, and it's 10 parts.
10 parts. With my friend Mike Rossi, who jumped in on it right away because he said he'd always wanted to do a documentary. And I laid the idea out, and we have traced the whole history of the Youngstown Playhouse. And it's basically based on the first book that you held up. And it's 10 parts, a lot of photographs, a lot of interviews with Playhouse people over the years. And it really takes you through the whole history of the Playhouse.
And now you're going to be able to see that really soon, because that is going to air on this channel. So keep tuned, because we'll let you know when that's going to air here. All 10 parts, thanks to Jack's grace and letting us share that with you here. And thanks to the fine people at Armstrong for airing that for us. So we are at the 100th anniversary, Rick, and you have a big, big celebration coming up here that you're part of.
Right, June the 21st, right here at the Playhouse, we're going to do a show based on Jack's book. His book is called A Place Where the Stars Still Shine, and we're calling the show Where the Stars Shine Bright. And in this particular show, what we've done is we've taken Jack's book, and he and I worked together, and we condensed it, and we put it together so that it's in the decade of the 1920s, the 1930s, 40s, and we have a narrative that we've put together, and we're going to have a male and female narrator narrating each decade, and there'll be people that are really well known here in the Playhouse, past Playhouse members and current Playhouse members. And then along with that, we're going to be having little mini productions of songs, Broadway songs, 2 or 3 songs in each decade. So we'll have a lot of musical entertainment as well.
And some pretty well-known other entertainers are going to be part of this locally, right?
Oh, yeah. We've got entertainers that have been here at the Playhouse for years. Mike Morley is coming back in town. He was a star here in a lot of the shows. Terry Wilkes, Joe Malis. I mean, the list goes on. Most recently, the young lady that played Carole King in the Playhouse production of Beautiful. Her name is Brooke May. She's going to be doing a little segment of the Carole King songs. And a lot of people, too numerous to mention.
So
Debbie Switney from back in the 70s and 80s. She'll be here. Yeah.
And Mary Jo Maluso might make an appearance.
Mary Jo Maluso.
Maureen. Oh, of course. The most important thing.
I didn't want to say names because they weren't going to be in. I was going to
Yeah.
have my shoe in my mouth. But Maureen's got to be.
I got to say, our helping Jack and I coordinate the show and hosting the show is Maureen Collins of Easy Street Productions. And Maureen had her start here at the Playhouse, as well as many of us. And Maureen will be kind of serving as an MC hostess, weaving the thing together throughout the evening.
There's a lot of talent down there with Maureen and Todd and the things that they've done too. We are so blessed that the local theater, quality local theater that we've had in different areas, not only with the Playhouse, but other venues, and the talent that we've had come out of this area, we should all be very, very proud of that. Some very, very talented people. And a lot of you have stayed, and that's great because you continue to bring talent and keep it here in the greater Youngstown area. All right, so how can people get tickets to this 100th anniversary performance?
Youngstownplayhouse.org. Youngstownplayhouse.org. That's the easiest, probably the best way for people to do it.
Okay, and dates and times.
June 21. I believe, Jack, that they're going to have food for people who want to come and celebrate early at 5:30, a pre-party at 5:30, and that's one fee. And then for people who want to come to the show only, that's a different fee, and I believe the doors for that open at 7 o'clock. But again, those details will be available online.
So this is a one performance only?
It's a one performance only deal, yeah.
Oh, so you better get your tickets quick, because this is going to probably sell out very, very fast. And I'm sure you're going to, being the archivist, you're going to make sure you tape the whole performance for us?
Well, I'm going to be sitting in the balcony watching the show because my job will be done by then. I'm also putting together all the photographs that are going to be shown.
It's never done. It never ends here, Jack. Come on, you know that.
A very important part of the show. In fact, I can't believe I didn't say this earlier. The whole show, there's going to be a big screen on stage showing photographs from across the 100-year period of time of things that Jack has painstakingly put together that go right with the narrative.
This is a great, great night for everybody. So let's wrap this up. If you would like to get Mr. Ballantyne's books, you could come right here to the Playhouse. And that's, give me the titles again, buddy.
A Place Where the Stars Still Shine and a Youngstown Playhouse scrapbook.
They're phenomenal. You want to get a copy of those. And then when you could sit back after you've read them, you could watch the documentary that's going to air on Armstrong, and everything's going to be fresh in your mind. But you also want to hurry up and get tickets to the 100th anniversary. And then after that, there's some other things going on for the rest of the year, right? Jack, do you know of any performances here?
Well, the Playhouse itself isn't doing any performances. They have some theaters coming in, like the Millennials coming in to do Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat in July.
That's what I meant. There's going to be, the stage will be occupied.
Right.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All righty. So it's not going to be dormant. There's going to be things going on. If you've never been to a performance down here and seen the beauty inside of this theater, please make it. I don't care what performance comes through here. Just get some tickets and come down. You will absolutely enjoy yourself for the night. All right. That's going to do it. Thank you for being an archivist and everything you do here. Thank you for putting up with Mary Jo Maluso for all these years. We appreciate that. We know how she could be, so that's right. And thank you, Mary Jo. All right, thank you. This is Business as Usual, and we're really glad you chose to watch this because this is a great, great thing we have here in Mahoning County with the Youngstown Playhouse. We want you to be a part of it too. Come down. If you can't make it to the 100th anniversary, please come down and see a performance. We're going to see you again real soon on another edition of Business as Usual. You take care and have a great week.